everyone and welcome to a brand new video on my channel. Today we'll be talking about a book that's really fascinated me. To be honest, I haven't read in a while. It's been a month and a half now that I'm recording the video, but I decided that I wanted to read something. I grabbed this book and I couldn't stop reading. This book is All That's Left in the World by Eric J. Brown. It was published in 2022 by Bowser and Bray. It has also been published in Spanish by the publishing house Salamandra. Eric J. Brown is an American author known for writing basically this book and other queer books. And what's special about this book is that it's a dystopian young adult book. It's a dystopy, which we don't get to see a lot of, especially with queer characters, or at least main queer characters. Dystopy or science fiction are not the genres that I'm most into, but this book had something special that made it really appealing and exhilarating. If you want to check it out, the book also has a sequel that I will probably read. It came out or will come out, I don't know, because I'm recording and it's the last days of April and it's supposed to come out late May. The name of the sequel is The Only Light Left Burning. The book is written from the perspective of the two main characters. On the one hand, we have Andrew, who comes from Connecticut, and he has been traveling for a long time. This book is dystopian in the sense that it's set in the current era, some years after the COVID pandemic. And there has been a bird flu that's pretty deadly. From around 80 to 90% of the world population has died. He lost his family, he lost his father and his little sister, and decided to go looking for help, since there is a rumor going around that European help will be coming to Washington. On the way to Washington, trying to avoid people going through the woods, he trips over a bird trap. Basically, he almost gets his leg chopped. He's badly, extremely injured. He stumbles across a cabin in the middle of the woods where we have our second main character, Jameson or Jamie. Jameson has also been living on his own for a while. His mother was a doctor and taught him everything he needed to know to survive the apocalypse on his own. His mother died because of this pandemic. Both boys are apparently immune, and when they come across each other, although the first thing Jamie thinks when he sees Andrew coming into the cabin is that he should shoot him, because otherwise Andrew will probably try to kill him. He can do it. He can bring himself to do it. He knows how to shoot, but he's never tried because he is not capable of killing anyone. So he helps Andrew and he survives that serious injury he got from the bird trap. Since Andrew has to recover and Jamie cannot bring himself to, say you have to go, I cannot help you anymore, they stay together in the cabin for quite a while, get to know each other a little better, become friends, and when Andrew has finally recovered and could be ready to go, they actually have grown fond of each other. They have become attached, since they have both been lonely for a long time and haven't talked to any human being in ages. So at one point they decide to go to Washington together to escape from this cabin where life is not safe anymore, or it doesn't seem to be safe anymore. Along the way they will even grow fonder of each other, they will find out more about each other, they will lean on each other to survive and to go through all of the darkness that has invaded the world since the pandemic came. And they will see a lot of desperation, people that are ready to do anything to survive, even in this post-apocalyptic or apocalyptic world. More people than they thought are still alive, and there are even communities that will come across people that are good, that are ready to help unconditionally, but they will also come across communities and people that would do anything, kill, murder, maim, torture, manipulate anyone to get what they want. It's a world where racism, homophobia, sexism and white supremacy persist. Along the way we can see how Andrew and especially Jamie fall in love with each other slowly, and there is this constant tension. It's a slow burn romance, so it does take some time for the first kiss. It's very well written. They have chemistry going on that builds up as the book keeps going. It really makes you fall in love with the characters and their relationship. There's a lot of sarcastic humor, which I love. Andrew and Jameson have their past to deal with and their darkness inside, but they also have light, and they complement each other quite well. And this book also gives us or makes us question many things about humanity, whether evilness is innate or whether we can be good, if we deserve to be alive as a species because of all of the bad things we have done or we continue to do even in the face of all of this danger. But it also makes us feel hope because we can still see some characters and they are good-natured, and Andrew and Jamie are a perfect example of that goodness. It also makes us wonder a lot about ethics and morality in a world where there are no laws anymore, no rules to abide by. If we can still try to have some common sense, be human, not become completely savage and uncivilized. It is just such a gripping, thrilling story about a teenage romance. It's action-packed. It's the first, as I said, dystopian novel with queer characters that I have read, or with a queer love story. It's just something that I think hasn't been done, or hasn't really... There are not many examples of this in literature. I have been trying to find a bit more diversity in books with queer characters. This is such a good book to begin with. What I want to say is that this book is really worth it. You won't stop reading, at least I didn't. It makes you think about lots of things. There's so much more to it than just the main plot. These little things you can ponder over. So I would totally give it a try. Go check it out. I'll tell you more about it when I read the sequel. If you have read any other books by the same author or any dystopian queer novel, you can totally recommend it on the comments. That's it for today. I hope you liked the video. See you next time on a new video.